Morning, this is Life FM on the morning wake up with Salah. All by my lonesome. Not now though, because I'm joined in studio by a very special guest. You may not know the name. I'm hoping he will become a household name anytime soon though. Very soon actually. He joins me to celebrate New Zealand Music Month. He's a Kiwi Christian artist. His name is Christian Lilo. His name is Christian Lilo. Let me introduce you to him. Good morning, brother.
Good morning, Salah.
How are you, man?
Yeah, good to be here.
Yeah, you're from the Waikato.
I'm not from the Waikato. I moved down there just under 2 months ago. So I'm actually from Auckland, South Auckland, Rewa hard.
South side.
Yeah.
So what took you down to the Waikato?
So that's where I got a job.
Okay.
So I'd been applying for work for like 5 months.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the first place that responded. And so
That's where you're at.
Yeah, I moved down there working at a company called LIC in the farming industry. So yeah, a bit random, but that's where I'm at.
You just packed up your bags and you went down there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, I was staying with my my parents, with
Yeah,
my
okay.
wife and my son. And yeah, just good opportunity to start again, start fresh.
Sure.
And, get our own space. So yeah, that's what, dictated the move. So yeah.
I want to talk about that starting again because I know a little bit about your story, but you'll be
Okay.
brand new to a whole lot of people.
Yeah, for sure.
What kind of brand new? Because we had a conversation when I brought you up from reception.
Yo.
I asked you, how you been? Have you been in here before? You said, well, about 3 years ago, I was a part of a competition that Life FM ran about finding new talent, new Kiwi Christian talent, who blessed actually won that competition.
Yo,
Were you
shout
one
out
of the
to Blessed
finalists?
One. Yeah, I was the runner-up. I think there were a few. So I was in that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Bless One took it out.
Yeah, he did.
But look at this, like 3 years down the track,
Yo.
you're here talking about your own music.
Yeah.
Okay, well, tell us a little bit about yourself, Christian. Who are you and what's your story?
Yeah, so where do I start? Right from the beginning?
We'll have to condense it a little bit.
Yeah,
but
of course. So I was fostered at a young age, at the age of 5, or 4, going on 5, into a home that loves Jesus. And, I grew up in that home. And when I was about, 15, that was when I decided to really own faith, rather than, as you grow up in a faith household, you kind of adopt, well, not just the faith household, generally you just adopt your parents, ideas and their beliefs. But I decided to own that at 15. And that was kind of the same time I started writing, journaling my thoughts and stuff like that. Started writing poems. I then turned it into a rap, kind of rap / song. And then that song's called Philosophy. That was my first song that I released. And actually the song that I submitted for the competition on Life FM all those years ago. And I think that was pretty cool. I got to jump on the call for, one of the runners-up. And that was cool.
What year was that?
That was 2021, I think.
2021.
2021,
So
yeah.
since then, you've been trying to just hone your craft?
Yeah, for sure. A lot, like so much, I think, as you'd probably expect. But yeah, so come a long way. I ended up releasing the song that I submitted, like, I can't remember, like maybe like a year later, maybe even like less than that. But yeah, I got signed to a record label in Wellington. Actually, Brooke Franton was on here. The same one that she signed to, Lost But Design Records. And
That must have been a buzz.
yeah, it was it was cool. Like, they scouted me out actually performing that song at Festival 1 on one of the open stages. And that's how that kind of started. I actually said no to them a couple of times. I said I'd think about it in person, and on email I was like, oh, nah.
Well, was it just because of the restrictions of being attached to a label?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, back then I was quite naive and uneducated and didn't really know much at all. But I was just like, this is my thing. I want to do this. I don't want anyone to like really touch it. But no, not at all. It's not at all like that. And it's been awesome being with them. Got a lot happening this year with that.
Oh, good.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, I know there's a whole lot more.
Yeah.
But, here's me thinking that you sort of, before knowing that you were part of our competition, brand new to Life FM, but you just mentioned Festival 1
Yeah.
and you performed at Festival 1. That's an opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, that's huge. That's
Yeah.
huge. I don't know if I'm. Oh no, I'll share this. So this isn't to flaunt, but so the song that I'm gonna sing this morning, Holy Father, when I released that a couple months ago, I think one of the previous coordinators reached out to my manager, Caleb, and he said, "Oh, this song is really, really good, and definitely recommending him for the lineup for
Next year.
So I don't really want to speak too soon, but I want to share that because I thought that was cool to be able to reach somebody like that, and so
Dude.
perhaps some opportunities, maybe. But again, not trying to get too ahead of myself. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's, well, like you, I don't want to jump the gun
Yeah.
with that, but that's, if they reached out to you, those are steps already taken for you to perform. So,
Yeah.
and you've already done it. So well done, Christian, on that. I just want to talk about, before we go into a song and then play out your new song, or for you to sing your new song, how the Christian element intertwined, how your faith intertwined with your music. When did that sort of start to happen for you?
Yeah. So I think, like everybody, obviously struggles with their mental health. It's a battle for everybody, and that's how I started writing. That's how I started writing, and my journaling, my poetry, and then in my songs. And I was like, man, I want to be able to combine my struggles with my faith, because yes, I have faith and I have the joy of the Lord, and I have many, many good days. But due to some reasons, a lot of those reasons linked to my past. Those first 5 years were pretty rough for a young kid, and I wanted to be able to acknowledge those, bring those to light in a musical sense, and I think ultimately help people not to feel by themselves. I know that might sound cliche, but I myself, growing up struggling, I'm like, man, I just feel lonely, and I want to express this to help not only myself but people who might feel the same way. And I think a lot of musicians do that. And so I wanted to intertwine my faith with it, though, like want to acknowledge the hardship and say, hey, yeah, I do have bad days. I'm having a bad day today. I screw up and mess up, but God's grace is still there and His light is still there. But I think it's just, that's how that kind of
Connected.
Yeah.
I think you're doing not only, well, you're helping yourself deal with, what's happening with mental health and well-being, but as you've pointed out, Christian, and I can guarantee you, someone else listening in or tuning in right now feels empathy and feels some warmth towards what you're saying, because we're human, man, right? And we do,
for sure.
we struggle. And if we can hear a song or hear some music and resonate with the lyrics that come out of it to help us, then that can only be a good thing. Yeah. Would you promise me you stick around, because I want to hear you sing?
Yeah, of course. Can I just share one quick thing?
Yeah, sure, man.
So there's a song that I released called Poison 2 years ago. And it wasn't, my favorite song, and I didn't think, it was super great. But about a year later, someone messaged me who I don't know, and then, she said, hey, this song really speaks to me. I'm not going to say her name, but they're a recovering drug addict, a solo mum, and, they just said, hey, this really helps me connect with God. And so I just want to give some encouragement to anybody out there, especially musicians. If you're releasing music for those reasons to help people, and you're second guessing yourself, you never know how it's going to help somebody. So, yeah.
Very inspirational, empowering at the same time, and I think hopeful is a word that comes to mind. Christian, you mentioned just before we wrapped up in our last chat about the impact that some of your music has had on some people, and in particular, you didn't name any names, but somebody who's going through drug addiction. When I talk to people, it's so great when I ask them that question about the impact that their music has on other people, because it's like what you said initially about the purpose that you have on maybe inspiring, maybe empowering, maybe being hopeful for some other people. Is there any other stories that come to mind, or somebody else has shared anything with you?
Just a few. Hey, the song is just encouraging. Nothing like big. That's probably the most encouraging story that I've heard.
How does that make you feel when you hear those stories?
You know, it just reminds me to keep going. That's how it makes me feel. Because you get so many external voices saying this and that about your music, and unfortunately, it's from close people. And you know, I find that hard. But when things like that happen, it's just like, just keep going. You know, people will say stuff, and that's okay. Have grace for them.
Yeah.
And yeah, when I hear those sorts of things, you know, just keep going. Yeah.
Do you feel like that's your purpose for creating music?
Yeah, I believe so. No, I definitely believe so.
What do you want to achieve?
Like, I really want to foster a space, like I said before, that helps people to not feel lonely, but that helps people to connect with God without this veil and facade that we feel the need to put up. And I think it naturally happens. You know, we want to show the best part of ourselves, and we often, well, I personally, you know, in the past, come to God, I'm like, put up a mask. It's like, God knows everything, but I'm still trying to hide it. And that's what I want to do. I want to encourage that honesty with God, because He's not surprised by how we feel, you know. Sure, there are reactions that aren't ideal, but He still has grace for us. And I think that's my goal in music, is to allow people to be okay with their emotions, to face their emotions, and to give those emotions to God, because He understands.
Well said, Christian. People want to search you out after this chat. I can feel it, man. So how can people search you out and find out a little bit more about you?
So you can just go onto Instagram, if you have Instagram, just Christian Lilo. That's Lilo. But yeah, Instagram.
You need to post more.
Yeah. Like I used to have a music account that I made a personal account. I made a new account. It's just called Christian Lilo. And I'm working on trying to figure out marketing and all that. But
you on Spotify?
yes, I'm on Spotify as well. Yeah.
Okay.
And all music streaming platforms. So yeah.
Christian Lilo is the name you need to search out. And lifefm.co.nz, because Christian's about to sing for us right now, and you'll see the video up later on this morning. What is the song, and what does it mean to you?
So this song is pretty much, I wrote this at the beginning of this year, and produced it. And it was
well done.
Kind of at the end of a mess. Last year was a messy year, just due to silly decisions and not trusting God and doing it my own way. And this is a song of, hey, I'm in a mess now. You know, I can't see like very clearly what's forward, but you know, you do. And, you know, I'm going to still cling to you and still, you know, trust you, even though I've made a mess of my life. And yeah, that's what the song is kind of encapturing. And yeah.
What's it called?
Holy Father.
Can I just say something to you, Christian, that you've given a lot of people who tune in right now a little bit of hope, and especially on a Monday morning as well. You know, we don't know what people are going through. You know, we're all human.
Yeah.
And maybe somebody's woken up this morning and had a bit of a suck weekend, or maybe a bit of a hard start to your Monday morning. Well, just know that there is hope in Christian's work and hope in Christian's music. And I just want to wish you all the best, my friend. Keep going for it, okay?
Yo, thank you.
Here he is, Christian Lilo with Holy Father.
I am fading, with my head at a pillow at the nightfall. I keep on losing my mind. All the destructive silence got me tossing and turning, and thoughts keep on burning. But we cover it all up so we don't keep others up. And it comes back to the surface every night, just here to hurt us. But we don't need to get pulled down. I know it really hurts, but know that He won't desert. The Son has done all the work, He has fought for you, and your prayers are heard. Holy Father, would you save me from this mess? Oh, what a mess. I cannot see any way through, but you know what's best. Lord, I confess that I can't lie, I can't lie to you. But I really wanna hide, I really wanna hide till it's through. Please hear my heart pour out, 'cause I feel all by myself, all by myself. Although I'm still in pain, give me the strength to retain and faithfully remain, and faithfully remain. Because it really hurts, but I know you won't desert. I know this prayer is heard, and it really hurts, but I know you won't desert. I know this prayer is heard. Holy Father, would you save me from this mess? Oh, what a mess. I cannot see any way through, but you know what's best. Lord, I confess that I can't lie, I can't lie to you. But I really wanna hide, I really wanna hide till it's through. But you told me to shine my light, shine my light for you, for you. So that's what I'm gonna do, that's what I'm gonna do. Please hear my heart pour out and get rid of all this doubt, rid of all this doubt. Although I'm still in pain, you give me strength to retain and faithfully remain.